Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or coming back. Today we're gonna do a daily energy check. It will be a classic read, and yes, I'm still in Ireland. So just continue with my retreat. If you're following me on Instagram, you know a little bit more of what I've been up to. And also hopefully you saw a post about the TV show episode that went out on Friday. It is about connection to nature, very timely, considering where I am and what I'm doing, because my retreat is 90% about connecting and building more intimate connection with nature. So yeah, hopefully you find that interesting. Some practical advice there for you in that episode on how to connect to nature, how to become more intimate, and just giving you some tips of what you can do, because we hear a lot these days, connect to nature, how good it is for health on all levels. But when it comes down to ideas, we don't have as many, because if it's not built into your daily life in some way, then you need to come up with those ways. So I've decided to share a few ideas and practices from my experience that I've used, I found extremely useful. So let's start with an oracle card. And yes, I continue working with angels and ancestors this week. First of all, to me, it's a special meaning connected again with the retreat, with an ancient land that I'm in and sacred places that I'm visiting. And also, it's just a beautiful deck. Come on. I didn't want to bring a lot of decks this time because I really wanted to focus on the retreat and not feel like I continue working while I'm there. So I feel good. I feel like I want to continue these readings for you guys. So yeah, a couple of decks is all I need really. So I'm sticking to it, at least until I go back home. It should be very, very soon now. So feminines, you've got the Peacekeeper card. The natives. Harmonious resolution is possible, right? And this could be about your own situation, and if you're thinking of how to solve it and whether it's even possible to have a win-win situation where it's peaceful, the answer is yes. Or it could be, if you don't have anything like that, there could be a situation somebody else comes to you with, and they are asking for your help, and you could be a real peacekeeper in this situation. What do we have for the masculines? The Druid, hold the space. Very interesting. It's a little bit like a hermit, but in the meaning of an elderly, a shaman, a knowledgeable person. And very much a kind of someone who brings the light, who carries the torch, but in a very protective and even nurturing way. So it's not as much of a masculine energy in this card, more feminine to my vibe. But yeah, that's an opportunity for the masculines to continue nurturing their feminine side. All right, I already got something. Let me just get this spread out. Okay. Bottom of the deck, death and rebirth. Yeah, so big transformations where we are learning new skills and new ways of doing something that has already become automatic, something that you felt for years like you either didn't pay attention to the activity at all because it was so automatic, or you felt like there was nothing else to do there, to learn or to take from it. It never seemed like a spiritual activity, and now it becomes so. The Empress, yeah, and you can see with the Divine's intervention how this change brings more change and eventually makes you more rich in terms of creativity and even the nurture and protection that you can bring, if we're talking about the Druid card, right? So for the feminines, we have Four of Swords clarified by Four of Wands, 2 4. So the feminines are building a strong baseline, a strong foundation. First of all, in terms of the energy, this is the main energy. Four of Swords is the card of rest and rejuvenation, the card of healing as well. So take time for yourself if you feel guided, or if you feel like you've been overwhelmed for a while. There's absolutely a necessity for you to take yourself out of that hustle and give yourself time to do some pampering, to have proper sleep and nutrition, all of those things. And when you start doing that, then things start moving along in the physical space in front of you. Because Four of Wands is already the realm with actions, taking action, right? And it's about commitments, about agreement, contract. It can be, of course, about a relationship, taking it to the next level, making it something committed, or more committed, or it can be agreements and contracts, right? Like in the business world. So as soon as you start taking care of yourself, you see how the universe starts replying by wanting to give you offers and make more commitment. For masculines, oh my god, do you remember we've been seeing 10 of Pentacles for masculines, like in a few recent readings. Seriously, it was several readings this week, and we have 10 of Pentacles clarified by 10 of Pentacles. I mean, you can't make it up, and you saw me shuffle the decks. So masculines are very much considering how they fit different values that they have, and newly found values especially, into their bigger model of life and how they want to organize it in the physical space, because that's very important, well, to all of us, but to masculine specifically. They feel subconsciously and consciously that this is their responsibility, and almost like it's something they should be proud of. So this card to me in this deck is about environmental consciousness. So it has to do like, how are my plans matching with the law of oneness, right? And how I feel united with nature, with other people around me, how I want to do well by them, how I want to take care of the environment and all that stuff. And in this deck, it's of course about the family. It has children and pets here. So how does creation of a family impact the plan that they originally had? Maybe they didn't factor it in because they've been focusing on the matter itself. They didn't think how it would impact their personal life, or because they were single for a while. And single, I mean in a wider meaning, right? Like they could have been dating, but it wasn't anything serious. So they haven't really thought for quite a while of how to factor in, for example, what they do for a living, or their belief system with a relationship with someone else, living with someone else, budgeting with someone else. This was important. This wasn't as important as it became now. What do we have? Six of Wands clarified by 10 of Swords. This is the additional question. This is how to change our wounds into our victories, into our strengths. That's the ultimate idea of the wounded healer, right? When we heal those wounds that we have, especially major wounds, we become experts in those areas, and then we can help other people with that. First, we need to experience it ourselves, deal with it, and then we can heal that for others. We can share our stories even, and that's already going to be helpful. So what does it mean for feminines? Six of Swords clarified by 3 of Wands. So I see a lot of swords and wands here, if you notice. Very much of masculine elements, the air and fire. I guess for summertime it's quite relevant. Also with the solstice that we just had. But still, it's a different vibe to the reading in general. But anyway, so what does it mean for the feminines? For them, it means that they actually need to take, how to put this, to combine taking action with Give me a second on this one. So we should see the cause and effect between the way that we set intentions and the end result, right? And then revisit, retrospect, and adjust the plan. Basically, and feeling like you're in pain, feeling hurt, feeling miserable is not the end of the story. It shouldn't be like, okay, I tried so hard, I did my best, I set my intentions, and I got kicked, in the liver or whatever. I got deceived. I got betrayed, blah, 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 right? Like, that shouldn't be the story. The story is that there is definitely a connection, that where you are right now, if it's 10 of Swords, if you feel like you've been bitten down, you feel like you're in pain and need to heal right now, that should be part of the healing, seeing the connection of what got you here. And yes, some events could also be divinely orchestrated, but at the end of the day, that orchestration was necessary also because of some previous steps. And if you're already starting to think, it's going to take me forever to figure that out, sometimes it does. So sometimes it's not, at the end of the day, it's not that critical, right? As long as you understand that there is a connection, as long as it's part of your belief system, then you can turn that to victory, because you're getting out of the victim mentality and you're understanding what your energy, thoughts, and actions actually have to do in this situation, right? How it impacted the outcome. And yeah, maybe it's not the one that you wanted, but you're gonna take it in, learn from it, and do better next time. And that was already worth going through it. For the feminines, we have 3 of Pentacles, clarified by 9 of Wands. Yeah, so for the masculines, there is a fear of getting very close to someone, of doing something together, whether it's friendship or business or a romantic relationship. It's just, there's this big fear of trusting someone. It's the trust issue, right? And so what happens most of the time is masculines do not take the risk. Well, it is the risk in their eyes, at least, right? Because they'll need to open up, they'll need to trust. So this is a chance for the masculines to really see that it's their own fear, and then they cannot close themselves off from everyone and anyone just because they had some bad experiences in the past. And yes, again, I can mention ownership here, and you can re-listen what I was saying about divine feminines, because it applies here as well, right? But also, no matter, like, even if you can't really see at a specific time the full story, how you got to where you are, if you had some bad outcome, the point is that it's not, even if you see it as divine intervention, the divine didn't do it so that you stop interacting with people and getting close to them. The opposite, right? But the divine wants you to polish your discernment, your understanding, the way you listen to your intuition and your heart, in order to build strong relationships that will last, and not just will last for a little while, while both of you are interested in the outcome, have a practical interest in being connected, whatever that is. And again, that could relate to a personal relationship, a professional relationship. It could be friendship, it could be romance, anything, right? A lot of times, whether we like to admit it or not, people do come together and stay together because they see that that's a useful, practical connection for them. And when it's not anymore, or when the fear or the pain outweighs that practical usage, then it's like, yeah, no, goodbye. And then it's even more devastating, especially for the other person, if they didn't have the same in mind, or they didn't know about it, right? So it's about building, it's not about just giving up on trusting people. It's about building stronger relationships with people who you can trust. How the feminine see the connection at this time. We have the sun with still wands. So the feminines choose to look at the glass as half full. They see a lot of positivity, especially for some of you. This could be the timing card that some important decision is going to be made in Leo season. Leo season starts on the 23rd of July, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much end of July to August. Through most of August. So, yeah, definitely some big choices are coming up, some changes, some shifts. And feminine is excited about them. So they see that they can feel that there is movement forward, there's progress, and that makes them happy. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. How the masculine see in the connection. King of Swords clarified by Ace of Pentacles. This is like a very grown-up card, very mature energy, right? It's somebody who knows what they want. So masculines understand that they are on the fast track of getting to this King of Swords, and they like it. They want to be a King of Swords so they can articulate clearly their feelings, their thoughts, their intentions, their plans, right? And they can speak of the new beginning, not just imagine it in their dreams or like think if they dream about it during the day, you know, like, oh, that would be great, this would be great, and like seeing some visions or some images, maybe real visions from the future. But they want to be able to talk, to explain, to build a story around it, right? Especially because some dots need to be connected between what has happened so far, maybe last time you spoke, and what is happening now. So masculines are manning up, let's put it that way, to be able to talk about the future and the gesture that they're making. Look at that pentacle, it's huge, it's enormous. Look at that. And there's also sunshine here, which I love. That's a synchronicity with the feminine card. So they are excited about that. They're just getting their stuff together to be able to communicate clearly about what happened then and what's going on now and what do they have in mind for the future. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.